Sends, inserts, buses, what are they? When should you use them? So if you're unsure, I'm going to show you. So after you've watched this, you have a better understanding of how to use them, when to use them. I had a coaching call not too long ago from this crazy talented DJ and producer. He wanted to have a better understanding on how to use inserts and sends. So what the problem was he was having is he was getting sound from one of his sends. He was getting like double the sound. So I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why that happened. And yeah, bro, if you're watching this video, drop a comment below so everyone can see you and follow you on your socials and see what it is that you do, because very, very talented guy. So inserts and sends. Let's start off with inserts. If we put an insert on, say, for example, we've got our drums here. And they sound okay. They sound okay, but they're really dry. So I could put an insert on each individual sound. Bit of reverb on that. Let's go with the essentials and we just use the drum room. Now I can change the mix. So I've just inserted the reverb onto the percussion, which is this. So now, because it's on the insert and the mix is 100% wet, it's getting all the reverb sound. There's no dry sound in there at all. So I can bring down the wet knob to make it sound not so washed out. See, that sounds nice, it's cool. Then I've got my other sound, which is the clap. That's really dry. So let's bring that over, insert one on there as well. That's cool. Turn it up a bit, give it some more reverb. Okay, that sounds okay. But what that's going to do over time, if you've got, I don't know, 10, 15 drum samples and you insert a reverb on each individual one, you're going to run into problems with your CPU. You're going to eat it all up, and then it's not going to give you no space for your other plugins. So you don't want to do that. What we can do is you can turn that off, turn off those reverbs, and we can send signal from each sound to a bus. So we choose bus 1, and then we're going to put that same drum reverb, same drum room, 100% wet, and then we can send signal from the perks from our individual sounds to that bus. So now what we've done there is we've made each sound like it's in the same space, the same room at the same time, which gives it that cohesion, that glue. So what you need to make sure of when you're sending your signal to your bus, which is your aux auxiliary channel, you need to make sure that it's 100% wet, because if it's not 100% wet, you're going to have some of your dry signal coming through. And then that's just counterintuitive to what it is you're trying to do in the first place. So make sure if you're sending a signal, it's 100% wet. If it's on an insert, it doesn't need to be 100% wet. You can mess around with the dry and the wet knobs if that's what you got on your plugin. So let's add some. Now that we've got that bus, we can send other signals. We can send other instruments, vocals to that bus. So then again, it's going to make everything sound like it was recorded or played in the same space. For example, we've got a piano here, and I'm going to send that to bus 1. On its own, this is what it sounds like. It's got some reverb in there already. I'll turn that off. Let me add some reverb. And then with the rest of the beat. So them strings, they sound really dry. I can put them in the same space now that I've got a bus. If I was to use inserts, then I'd have to put plugins, the same insert, the same reverb across all these different sounds. Doesn't make sense. Unless that's what you want to do, and it's a creative idea, it's a creative reason why you're doing that. But otherwise, send your signal to your bus and you can control it from your auxiliary channel. So let's send some strings to that reverb. Turn these down a bit. Okay, so now you've got the beat sounding a bit more glued, everything don't sound so separate because they've all got the same reverb. And that's a good way of using your sends to get everything sounding glued. So that's how and when to use inserts and sends. I hope that made sense to you. So just make sure that when you're putting your plugins on your buses, that it is 100% wet. And if it's on your insert, mess around with the wet and dry knobs. That's what I've got for you in this video. Appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.